In this video, I'm going to show you how to place the rear differential mounted ABS sensor on this Dodge Ram 2500. Let's get started. You'll notice an electrical connector that has a locking tab on here. I'm going to have to pry this backwards. That should allow you to press on the tab that holds the connector on. Sometimes you'll need a little screwdriver to pry on it. There you go. Press on that tab. And I had to pry it away with a screwdriver. A lot of sand in here. Get all that sand out. Inspect the connector. Looks like no corrosion, so that's good. And at this point, you'll see up here that the wire is mounted with this clip. We'll have to pry this clip off. Get it off that stud. And this is a 13mm mounting nut that holds on the parking brake cable on this bracket. We'll have to remove that. I'm going to spray this whole area with some rust penetrant. Hopefully that helps. Get your 13mm on here. Try to break this free. I'm going to use some locking pliers to hold on to it. The wrench was a little bit too weak, this being fairly rusty. Remove that. Set it aside. You should be able to remove the parking brake cable now. And I'm going to get my locking pliers off of here so we can unthread this stud. This will come off with a 15mm socket. Okay, set that aside. I'm going to take a wire brush and just brush around this area so that when I do remove the sensor, no debris falls into the differential. If you have access to compressed air, blow it a little bit. Now I'm going to grab the sensor with some pliers and give it a couple twists. There's only an O-ring that locks it in and holds it on. So if you can break that free, there we go. At this point, we should be pretty good to go to pull this out of here. I will definitely need some help from a screwdriver or a pry bar to help pry up as I twist this around. Careful not to break it in here, because if you break it, you're going to have to drill it out. There it is. Without getting any debris inside the differential, clean the mounting area. With the new one, you can put a little bit of oil on that O-ring. That should help installation. Slide it down. You shouldn't need to hammer it in place. As you can see, this one, if I just twisted it with the oil I applied there, it easily slid in. That's perfect. That's what you want. Get the mounting bolt in. I cleaned up the threads. And when you tighten this, bottom it out. Just give it about 1/8 of a turn after that. You don't need to go any more than that. As long as the sensor is bottomed out, you don't want to crack this plastic housing on here. Get the parking brake cable bracket over, and finally the mounting nut for it. We'll switch to a 13mm socket for this one and tighten it up. Same with this. I know this is not plastic, but it's just holding on a bracket, so it really doesn't need to be extremely tight, which means once you bottom it out, which is right about here, give it a little extra. As you can see, even that bracket wants to twist with it. Make sure that stays nice and level. Get this plastic cap back on. Plug the connector in. Make sure it clicks. Lock it down. There we go. At this point, if you had any codes, clear them and then read the sensor readings. Make sure it all works.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.